State President Mr. Kabo Mourang presented them with a political party funding draft bill proposal. According to Minister Mourang, the meeting was to get members to further interrogate how the historic party funding will be rolled out and the political party funding draft bill ahead of its tabling this winter parliament, set to start on Monday the 23rd. Minister Mourang further said such discussions by all political parties are critical in nurturing and strengthening democracy and building a prosperous Botswana. However, members to this conference made their contribution to the proposal, and they ended the day by deciding to convene on August 8th to further deliberate on other issues concerning the upcoming national elections.
We've had a draft come back, and we've looked into the draft and draft that thing. How a label compared to what it came in as at first. Quite improved.
We've had a draft brought back and we looked into it. It has improved compared to the first draft, and it includes some of the recommendations we discussed as political parties. The forum is good. We should give credit to the current convener for the work he has done. It is now up to the government to include our recommendations and improve the draft bill, because at the end of the day, we are working for the growth of the Republic.
Because at the end of the day, we are working for the growth of the Republic.
We are happy that for the first time, we do a minimum agreement party funding.
We are happy that for the first time we managed to reach a minimum agreement on how political party funding should be rolled out. For the longest time, we did not agree on certain issues, especially with the ruling party. But now there is progress. It makes us happy as it is a step forward, and also because All Party Conference is an institution on its own.
More happy All Party Conference. Conference it's an institution on its own.
Maloba ha re ntse re kopana ba ne ba tswa ka megopolo le mo gompienong ba dule ka megopolo mme megopolo e ba tswang le ba duleng ka yone mo bileng yone.
We have met 3 times before to discuss political party funding, and there has been progress in sharing of ideas. We are going to incorporate some of the recommendations in the bill, while some will add value to the existing suggestions to help in tabling a proper political funding bill in Parliament. Remember that as Botswana, we believe in constant engagements and consultations with all relevant stakeholders. That is what All Party Conference is about.
All Party Conference is libile.
Government has noted with concern an emerging trend where some retailers are engaged in unethical business practices of inflating prices of animal feeds to exploit drought relief subsidies that government introduced after declaring 2023-2024 an extreme drought season. According to a press statement from Office of the President, government is urgently appealing to all retail businesses engaging in these unfair commercial strategies to refrain from such practices as they exacerbate the hardships already experienced by farmers. The statement follows concerns raised by members of the public who may have been deprived of maximum benefit from subsidies. Members of the public are therefore urged to be vigilant of such practices and encourage them to report any businesses that engage in such practices as they undermine efforts to safeguard the livelihoods of Botswana during emergencies. The statement further cautions businesses that are chasing profit at the expense of exacerbating the challenges already faced by citizens. Moving to Francistown, the second day of the police in Francistown, accompanied by some members of the public, has not managed to locate the suspected killer. However, the #1 district police officer commanding Assistant Commissioner Paul Molapisi says they have intensified the search by deploying all available resources to ensure he is caught in no time. Our BTV News senior journalist in Francistown, Betani Mando, earlier on rounded up the search parties. Betani Mando with the latest.
Let me just first and foremost confirm that Yes, indeed. The search went on this morning after it was withdrawn yesterday following failure to locate where the suspect is. Right now, I may confirm that the search is divided, has been divided into four groups of people being led by a senior detective based in Kutono Police Station. But what we have unearthed or what we have covered during this search is that they have not found or located the suspect as we speak up to now. But what they can really update us, they were able to find a white T-shirt with some blood clots on it and a knife when they were tracking him. So far, there's no other where they've dispatched all the areas and places like Matayama Tebele, Tati Siding, where we are right now, to thoroughly check where exactly he might have fled the scene.
Meanwhile, an update from the #1 District Police Officer, Commanding Assistant Commissioner Paul Molapisi, is that they had to suspend the search due to darkness, but will start the search at an area around Patayama Tebele where some fresh tracks were identified.
Our search teams comprise of the police, village leaders and the community, and are still on the hunt for the triple murder suspect. We will widen our search to neighboring farms as well. So far, we have deployed all our resources to ensure that we apprehend the suspect.
Francistown Chief Magistrate Khame Moketsi has agreed with the prosecution team that double murder accused Unangoni Salati should not be granted bail pending final investigations of the case. Mr. Salati is facing 2 counts of murdering his 2 children in Francistown Monarch that occurred on the 6th of July this year. Kiribonye Lekalake and Bethany Mando.
Giving oral submission why Unangoni Salati should not be granted bail, the investigating officer in the double murder case, Detective Constable Kisutehile Monani, told the court that the investigations are still at an initial stage. He further informed the court that the accused might not come for trial if he requested to, as he fled the crime scene after committing the offense he is accused of for at least 3 days until he was arrested by the public in Makuta, who handed him to the police. The investigating officer also added that for not trusting him, the accused has a case of trespassing registered at Totome police station where he gave the police incorrect names of Hofaone Mosole. The court was also told that if granted bail, Salati will interfere with investigations as a key witness in the case is the mother of the 2 deceased children, as her and the suspect were residing together at the time the crime occurred. Detective Monani added that the society is still outraged at the accused, as those who volunteered to assist the police to apprehend him had vowed to take law into their own hands. Had they seen the accused, health and safety must not be compromised. After carefully studying the reasons submitted by the state, the Chief Magistrate, Khame Moketsi, ruled that the accused person remain in custody pending final investigations. The accused will appear in court again on the 8th of August this year. Bethany Mando, BTV News, Francistown.
Meanwhile, from Maun, there is some good news as the village recorded a decline in crime incidents during the president's holidays. According to the station commander, Superintendent Dennis Zilawe, the tourism town of Maun is usually tainted by crime incidents, but this time recorded 56 cases reported compared to 77 registered in 2023 during the same holiday. Superintendent Zilawe noted this when addressing the media on Wednesday. Maritha Kaisara reports.
Superintendent Zilawe says they have recorded cases involving assault, housebreakings, illicit drugs possessions and rape of a 13-year-old girl by a 42-year-old man from Bosija ward.
Re gatisitse di housebreaking di le pedi ngwaga one le last year ne re ntse re gatisitse tse pedi. Di go thubiwa ga di shopo. We
have recorded 2 housebreaking cases this year and last year. We have not recorded any shop-breaking cases compared to only 1 last year. We have had 2 cases of illicit drugs possessions, 1 case being marijuana and the other methcathinone or keta. We have recorded 9 assault cases compared to 16 of last year.
Methcathinone itsegeng thata ka leina la katsi di titeo re gatisitse di le 9 ha re tshwantshanya le tse 16 tse tsa ngwaga nngwe hita.
Cases of traffic offences also declined from 109 last year to 77 this year.
Ra gatisa a fatal road accident e dirahetseng ka di 14 ke yone e leng gore ne ra e gatisa mo tsileng ya Shorobe.
We recorded a fatal road accident on the 14th July along Shorobe Road in which 1 passenger lost his life. We recorded 24 overspeeding cases, 4 drunken driving cases, 15 driving without a license and 13 cases of driving without putting on safety seat belts.
Fa ba nimba khwetsa ba sena ditankana ba le 15 ra be re tshwara le dikoloi tse ne di sa kgethelwa di le 12.
Superintendent Zilawe applauded Maun residents for behaving well during the holidays. Maritha Kaisara, BTV News, Maun.
You are still with us on BTV News at 9 o'clock. Lerala Diamond Mine will be back to life as plans are in place to reopen it after it was put on liquidation 7 years ago. The director of Maun Capital Company, Mr. Oteng Sekeletu, which is a local company, took over the mine owned by an Australian Kimberley Diamond Mine Company, confirmed the plans to reopen. Mr. Sekeletu has revealed projections to complete infrastructure refurbishment and construction of the high-tonnage X-ray plant worth $5.8 million or 78.5 million pula to be commissioned this November this year, followed by trial operations, and the first production of diamonds is expected in April 2025. Karabo Mulusi reports.
For decades, the Lerala diamond mine has been the center of discussions at parliamentary debates and community gatherings as a potential economic transformation resource. However, the conversation has resurfaced, this time by an Israeli company subsidiary, Maun Capital.
The Lerala diamond mine, spanning 36 years of existence, has been operated by 4 different companies over the years until 2017, before Maun Capital was granted the mining rights in 2019. In redeveloping the mine, the recovery and sort house will be retrofitted into the new high-tonnage X-ray processing plant, consistent with the global sustainable mining standards and green economy operations.
Rona harakara itagan la web, aswar ne license. Nera direct we
didn't jump into mining production. We conducted research which informed our decision to adopt a different advanced technology method called high-tonnage X-ray. This technology will be used to process the diamonds from the KO2 pit. In a few weeks, we will be hosting environmental experts to verify if we conform to the international standards.
In terms of environment, are conform to the international standard.
nna ke le kgosi wa motse wa Lerala ke dumalana le bone gore ba ka taba simolla segolo thata
As the community leader in Lerala, I concur with the company to reopen the mine, but they will have to follow our cultural procedure of the ancestors. We will be waiting to facilitate them through the process because the previous companies also followed it to be able to operate here.
The
assets comprise of 5 diamond ferrous kimberlite pipes identified and evaluated. The KO3 kimberlite is the only one that has been explored, leaving the mine with prospects of a longer lifespan and economic development. We will be embracing the President's vision, which lobbies for the citizens to benefit from the natural resources in their respective areas. For a village like Lerala, where unemployment is high, our hopes are pinned on the reopening of the mine to transform the local economy. The Maun capital business model indicates projections of 200 tons per hour in the remaining 5 years of the 10 years that the company was granted mining rights.
This 21.8 square meters piece of land will soon be transformed with a whole new approach in terms of technologies, innovations and business model, as Maun Capital is set to establish a new high-tonnage X-ray processing plant and a mining pit to extract diamonds right here. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Lerala.
The director of the University of Botswana Clinic, Dr. Chilindi Maloiso, says it is important for youth to have a significant voice in discussions that address issues affecting their mental and physical well-being. Dr. Maloiso shared this at the 5th edition of the Southern African Regional Students and Youth Consortium on Sexual Reproductive Health in Gaborone yesterday. Tolfero Tombale reports.
The Students and Youth Working on Reproductive Health Action Team, SAYWAT, a Zimbabwean-based organization with a mission to create empowered generations of healthy young people, has convened Southern African Regional Students and Youth Consortium on sexual reproductive health in various countries, including Botswana, to give the youth in the region a platform to influence decisions taken regarding their health.
The youth, as they say, that anything you do for them without them, it's against them. So you need to have a significant and a prominent and a powerful youth voice if you are going to address youth issues. We don't want them to be bystanders and just consumers, but we want them to be participants, firstly in identifying the problems, identifying the gaps, contributing to the solutions.
We will be having different people, members of parliament, who will come and who will deliberate on issues that would have discussed by young people today. And then on the last day, we would have developed our communique, which are the conference outcomes, and we'll hand them over to the highest office in the region, that is the SADC PF.
Some of the topics to be discussed at the consortium were shared.
It's going to be touching on the issues of substance abuse. We do know that there's a lot of attrition, especially for students in higher education in tertiary schools. One of the problems is substance abuse, so this is one of the issues. Also, this conference is going to touch on the issues of HIV and TB.
The youth attendees shared why they felt the event is important.
What is really important about this conference is that we as the young people, we are coming together. This is our time to come and speak our minds out, to come and influence policy changes, to come and advise our leaders on what the youth really needs, what the youth really wants.
This event, people are doing different things in their different countries. So now when we meet and we convene at a certain place and we look at the challenges that we're facing, like not just challenges, as well as the opportunities that are available for us regionally. We get to share because we are different, we're coming from different places.
The 3-day event features over 300 attendees from 12 countries. Tsolafala Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
It is time for sport with Tato Khosimo Retiti. Our youngsters are making us proud at the Davis Africa Cup.
Yeah, they are making us proud as we have expected, especially Maknawa, who has been doing very, very well.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome to the last edition of Botswana Tonight Sports segment, brought to you by Tato Khosimoro. Thank you for joining us. Our leading story. The chairperson of the local organizing committee for the Selibe Pigwe Softball Extravaganza, Mawe Murupisi, has revealed the plans for expansion in building the legacy of the tournament. According to the organizers of the tournament, which was held over the President holidays, it was a successful event, measured by the positive feedback from the business community, participating teams, spectators, and the local softball administrators. Karabo Mulusi reports.
The three-day tournament had convened thousands of spectators, business community and players in Makubu grounds. Reviewing the tournament, the organizing committee unpacked insights and plans to build the legacy of the popular tournament.
On the 10th of team of South Africa, Zimbabwe, and it's already now gets the number teams and also.
On our 10th anniversary, we had invited teams from South Africa and Zimbabwe. This year, we extended the invitation to the Masters teams. It was a way of imparting knowledge about the game to the upcoming generation, while also celebrating.
Somewhat was a celebration, our 15 years, but also entertainment.
The organizing committee's future plans involve building improved grounds, inclusion of development teams tournament, as well as exploring ways to host the tournament in various places. Our plan is to organize an international tournament which will feature 4 teams in Southern Africa and some from Asia. The tournament will be scheduled during international holidays such as Christmas.
International holidays, Christmas.
Murupisi has affirmed that the tournament's economic impact assessment report will be released soon. Karabo Mulusi, BTV Sport, Selibe Pigwe.
In the ongoing Tennis Davis Cup Africa Group 5 competition, local tennis player Maknawa registered his second win in a row after defeating his opponent from Lesotho, Bishop Mosebi, by 2-1 today at Notwani Tennis Courts. Nawa snatched the first set 6-1. However, his Lesotho opponent made a strong comeback in the second set, winning it 6-3. This did not demoralize Nawa, who fought with everything in his power and grabbed the set by 6-4 to emerge victorious in the match with a score of 6-1, 3-6, 6-4. In his opening match yesterday, Nawa beat Ahmed Maun of Libya 2-1 in a match that lasted 4 hours. Still at the ongoing Davis Cup, another local player, Denzel Setso, has just registered his second win after defeating Mpoleshwala from Lesotho by 6-4, 6-4. Setso got into this game with high spirits after an easy win yesterday, beating Mohamed El Jamal of Libya by 6-0, 6-love. Meanwhile, in the just-ended men's double, local players Batsumi Marobela and Tsolofelo Tsiang won 2 sets to love against Mpoleshwala and Bishop Mosebi from Lesotho. The duo started the game on high note by 7-6. In the second set, the pair maintained their consistency, where they won 6-2. Botswana is in Pool C with Libya, Madagascar, Lesotho, and the matches are played in round robin, and all the countries that finish first in their pool will proceed to the playoffs to play for promotion to Group 4. With that, we come to the end of Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you very much for the privilege of your time. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Back to Komotso Mapani.
Thank you so much, TT. Let's meet again some other time, say.
Oh, you're not in tomorrow.
Thank you so much, TT. Let's meet some other time. Have yourself a fantastic evening. That was Tato Khosimoro giving us the latest in sport. Let's take a final look at leading stories of the evening. All party conference members are happy with the ongoing political party funding consultations, whose bill will be tabled at this winter parliament. Day 2 of the 30-sided triple meta manhunt suspended due to darkness, as they will resume tomorrow towards Patayamatevele area. And in sports, Denzel Setso and Maknawa raised the Botswana flag high as they both made second wins at the ongoing Davis Cup Africa. That's all that we had for you in our news this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, #BW Monster Change. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramotont. The current satellite picture shows clear skies over the entire country. Even tomorrow, expecting clear skies over most areas of the country, except over some few areas of Ngamilian, Kalahari and Southern, where we're expecting few patches of clouds to be visible. In the morning, we're expecting a minimum of 6 in Maun, 5 in Tsani, 4 in most areas of Southern Kalahari, Southern Southeast Katli in Kwene, 7 in Mahalape, 6 in Silbepico, 5 in Franstown, but over Northern Central, Chobe, Khanti and most areas of Ngamilian, we're expecting mild temperatures to range between 8 and 10 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, mild temperatures are expected over Kalahari with maximums ranging from 22 to 24 degrees Celsius, while over other areas of the country, we're expecting warm temperatures in the afternoon with maximums ranging from 27 to about 30 degrees Celsius. And as for this coming weekend, few pieces of clouds are expected to be visible in most areas of southern Southeast Katli and Kwene, with warm afternoon temperatures in most areas. Over Khanti and Kalahari, still we're expecting clouds to be visible this weekend with warm afternoon temperatures at Khanti, but at Kalahari we're expecting cold afternoon temperatures. Over Ngamilian and Chobe, still we're expecting clear skies this coming weekend with hot afternoon temperatures. And over Southern Central, we're expecting few pieces of clouds to be visible this coming weekend with warm afternoon temperatures, and over Northern Central and Northeast, we're expecting clear skies with warm afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.